What up, Marsh Pod? Coming to you our last twice a week. Recording this Monday. We got gifted. It's the season of holidays, the season of gift giving, and we got gifted a updated 24/7 power rankings, which means we are getting a updated SimWorld stock positionings. And folks, no games played, and we've made a boatload of money right off the bat. Again, remember we started with $100,000. That was our initial investment amount. Just off this first update, we've actually earned back $50,000. Yeah, $50K. And a lot of it comes from a single player that we'll get to in a second. Overall, as a reminder, we did a quick little buy-in and sell-in spree back on November 2nd. We sold all of our stock in the top 5 players. There was nowhere to go but down on those guys, so we don't need that stock sitting on our account. We'll be ready to pounce if they fall, but at this point in time, Harper, Flagg, Towns, Hyman, and Lattimore are not in our portfolio. So, little updates on some positions. We'll go with some of our losers. We've lost about $200 as Nick Hugo dropped out of the top 10. Lucas Banks took a huge cut from us. We're actually down 800 on our Lucas Bank positions, as well as Jay Laster, we're down 700, and then 500 apiece on Kevon Jackson and Johan Nowajovic. Those were some of our big ones. We also, reminder on November 2nd, purchased a ton of Justin Bell stock. So we had 35 originally. On the 2nd, we added 15. So we're walking into this new market update with 50 stocks in Justin Bell, or 50 shares. All of that sitting at $80 a share. He was in the top 15 at the time. Well, he took a big old cut from us, and we're actually down 1,500 on Justin Bell. So you know what we went and did? Because he dropped down to the 21 to 30 range. He's in there. That's a $50 value. So we lost $30 per stock, $1,500 total. You know what we did? We went and bought 50 more stocks, baby. Give me 50 more stocks of Justin Bell at $50. He was my dark horse. He's my outlandish pick to win Player of the Year. So I want more of those shares. So I've now got 100 in Justin Bell. I might come back and buy more of that. You know what? I just talked myself into it. What am I at? 100 total right now? Screw this, man. We're gonna do 150 stocks purchased today to bring our Justin Bell stock to 150 or to 200 total. So we're total invested on Justin Bell at 11.5. And we're doubling down on that. I am not running from that fight. So Justin Bell, we just made that $150 purchase of stock at $50 per stock. That's $700 or $7,500. We'll explain in a second where some of this funding is coming from, of course. But yeah, we are now $11,000 pot committed to Justin Bell because of that big dip. Did make 2 sales today. We sold Kai Newby's stock. I had 5 of them. He fell down into the 16 through 20 range. I wasn't high on it to begin with, obviously. We took a $100 loss on that one, and then I sold my 5 Ninny Gibson stock. He also fell down into the 20s. Only lost $50 there on Kai and Ninny Gibson, so $150 total. No other sales at this point. The big purchase, as I said, was Justin Bell. Let's look at some of our big movers. Okay, Cam Jones. Not Cam Jones. Cam Jones is a previous purchase of us. So some of our big movers. We got $1,200 from Samuel Balgas. He jumps into the top 15. So we got $1,250 out of that ownership. We have 25 stock or shares in him. That moves up. Huge movement from Corey Yams. We're gonna keep holding on to that one, but we've got $6,000 made right now on Corey Yams as he jumps into the top 20. He was previously in the top 40, so that's a big $20, $30 per share increase. Again, we got 200 on him, so our value on that is $14,000. We purchased him at $8,000 total, so a nice boost for us there. D'Angelo Jordan, that one's looking pretty good for us right now. He jumps into the top 10. I think he is number 10. We had 55 at him. We got him in the top 20, so we really need him to kind of go all the way up in the top 5 before we start seeing some significant numbers. But a net gain right there of $1,100. But we got a couple really big ones. One note that we'll add, Akeem Young fell. We lost $1,000 on Akeem Young as he fell outside of the top 50. We purchased him inside the top 50. So what do? We went and bought 100 more stocks at $10 a pop. So we've got $2,500 committed to Akeem Young, $150 total ownership of that stock. So we're liking what we're getting from Akeem Young, but we had 2 huge ones. Oh, I'm sorry, one other purchase. I apologize. Barkley James, welcome back. We went out and purchased 50 stocks or 50 shares of Barkley James at $30 a share. It's $1,500 total. All right, I buried the lead. Finally getting to it. We have some massive gains from 3 players. 3 players. I talked. We've made $55,000 right now. 3 players have accounted for that increase in our funding. We'll start with number 3, and that's Suno Chapa. He rockets up. He was outside of the top 50. He's now inside the top 20. We've got $9,000 made off of Suno Chapa shares. They're currently valued at $10,000. We bought them for $1,500 total. We've got 150 of them. Wish we bought more now. But massive gain on our Suno Chapa positions. Really excited about that. Our second one, this is free money. This second one, this is almost free money because our next one is major free money. Damian Luffy, he has jumped from outside of the top 50 into the top 20. That's a $12,000 change. We had 200 shares. We still hold them. They went from $10 a share to $70 a share. Total value right now is at $14,000. So a $12,000 net gain on it. So really loving what we got there. And then the thing that is catering in this portfolio, folks, Tyree Wells went from, I think he was like 98 when we bought him, and I'm not going to juice the numbers and say I should have bought him at like 5 because I don't want to start breaking up the numbers more than we need to. But he is now inside the top 15. We bought 445 shares of Tyree Wells. Original value, this is like buying Amazon stock, boys. Original value was $4,300. Off of our 435 shares, he's now worth $35,000, $600. We've got a $31,250 gain on Tyree Wells alone. He's paying for the penthouse for a couple months, folks. Tyree Wells is a massive mover for us. I'm excited about that one. I wish, looking back, I wish I put a lot more huge hedges on some guys outside of the top 50. I mean, you just look at Suno Chapa becomes that huge one. Damian Luffy is a huge one for us. Tyree Wells, we really need, if Kai Killens can move up, because we've got 400 in Kai Killens. I'm not selling a single cent of that. And you know what? We're doing this right now. I'm looking at Richard Hennessy. I've got 200 at Richard Hennessy. We're going to go for 200 more. We're going to go buy 200 more of Richard Hennessy at this $10 price. This is just ridiculous not to. We've got 400 now in Richard Hennessy because this would be stupid not to do it as we're seeing the fruits of our labor come to fruition on the back of Tyree Wells. So that's our stock update. Like I said, we've moved the needle. We've gained $55,000 just off of basically off of three guys: Tyree Wells, Suno Chapa, and Damian Luffy. We're doubling down on Justin Bell. We're going back to the well for Richard Hennessy right now. And Akeem Young is another one that lost some money, but we're sticking with. Otherwise, not a ton of sales today. Too early to make that type of decision. But yeah, boys, we're making money here. We're making money here. We'll talk to you on Friday.